Happy for some simple questions here, softballs, yes.
My name is Brenda Bouchard. Well, first, thank you for all you do for our planet. My question's off topic. It's not regarding climate change. I live in Portsmouth. My husband, Ken, passed away in 2017 after living with younger onset Alzheimer's disease for 12 years. My mother, while living with us, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 7 years ago. She's now 92. Last summer, my sister was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So as you probably know, 5.8 million Americans live with Alzheimer's at a cost of $290 billion. It's anticipated by 2050 that there'll be 14 million Americans at a cost of $1.1 trillion. I understand firsthand what it's like to be a caregiver, being one for more than 14 years, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, and what all people across the country are dealing with. And lastly, when my sister is given medication therapy, she'll be given the same therapy that Ken was given in 2010, the same medication that came to market in 1996, 23 years ago. So my question is, how will you deal with this public health crisis, as well as the potential bankruptcy to Medicare and Medicaid, and get Alzheimer's and related dementias the attention they deserve?
3 things. First off, thank you for being a loving family member. We've had that experience in our family, and thank you for what you've done for your loved ones. 3 things. Number 1, our research and development efforts to fight this scourge has to increase as a nation. We know that the onset of this is a tidal wave in America, and it demands a research component. And there is some promise going on. Last week there was a little squib I read about a potential new therapy in this regard. So number 1, research. Number 2, until we have a cure, we need a long-term care system that will provide stable, healthy, dignified long-term care for people, not only for dementia, but for a whole host of issues associated with aging. And that's why I'm so proud that Washington State now has a bill going through the legislature that will create one of the first long-term state-provided long-term care plans in the United States. And I'm very happy about the progress we're making on this, because we know we're all going to need this at some point. And the fact that we do not have stable long-term care is just unacceptable in the United States. So I'm happy. I hope you will come to my bill signing, hopefully in about 5 weeks, and we can celebrate. The third thing, as far as financing these issues, look, I'm hardly the first person to say this, but we've had a belly full of handing out big tax breaks to people in the top 1% when we can't finance Medicare and Medicaid. We have to reverse the Trump tax cuts. We have to have a more progressive tax system. I'm dedicated to doing it.